संविधान के रखवालदार इस प्रकार से अगर राजनीतिक नेताओं से मिलते हैं तो हमें शंका है कि हमें न्याय मिलेगा, हमें न्याय नहीं मिल रहा है।
When the Supreme shows signs of surrender, the nation will appear to suffer.
Judiciary has to remain independent.
ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट को हम नमन करते हैं, उनको सलाम करते हैं, उनका धन्यवाद करते हैं, हम इस देश के संविधान का धन्यवाद करते हैं।
Very grateful to the court that they did the justice.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट को अपने आदेश में कहना पड़ा कि सीबीआई को एक पिंजरे में बंद तोते के समान काम नहीं करना है।
Viewers, did you see the stunning hypocrisy of those who doubted the independence of our judiciary just yesterday after PM performed Ganesh Aarti at CGI's residence? They are overjoyed after Supreme Court granted bail to Kejriwal. But viewers, hypocrisy apart, the AAP's jubilation over Arvind Kejriwal's bail is a slap in the face of Delhi's Aam Aadmi. Their chief minister, who could not even perform his duties from jail, is now a paper CM, viewers. Paper CM with conditions that render him ineffective. Let that sink in. And yet the Aam Aadmi Party workers are celebrating with gusto. What are they celebrating? The governance mess that has plagued Delhi due to Kejriwal's incarceration? The plight of the voters in Delhi who deserve a functioning chief minister? Or is it the fact that their leader will now be confined to his multi-crore mansion, far removed from the realities of the common man? This is a party that claimed to be the champion of Aam Aadmi, viewers, but their actions reveal a stark hypocrisy. They don't care about the governance paralysis in the national capital. They only care about their leader's personal freedom. Kejriwal's bail conditions are a clear indication that he is not fit to hold public office. He can't even sign files, let alone attend to the pressing needs of Delhi's citizens. But Aam Aadmi Party workers are too busy celebrating to notice the absurdity of it all. Viewers, this is a party, I'm talking about the Aam Aadmi Party, that has consistently put its leaders' interests above people's needs. They have turned a blind eye to Kejriwal's incompetence, corruption, and now his incapacitation. And yet, they claim to be champions of transparency and accountability. The people of Delhi deserve better. They deserve a chief minister who can perform their duties, not a paper chief minister who is confined to his mansion, the famed Sheesh Mahal. AAP's celebratory sham is an insult to the very concept of governance and democracy. It's time to call out their hypocrisy and demand better for the Aam Aadmi, not Aam Aadmi Party.
इन लोगों ने मुझे जेल में डाल दिया। इन लोगों को लगा कि केजरीवाल को जेल में डाल देंगे तो केजरीवाल के हौसले टूट जाएंगे। आज मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूं, मैं जेल से बाहर आया हूं, मेरे हौसले 100 गुना ज्यादा बढ़ गए हैं। इनकी जेल की मोटी-मोटी दीवारें, इनकी जेल की सलाखें केजरीवाल के हौसले को कमजोर नहीं कर सकती। मैं देश की सेवा करता रहूं और ये जितनी राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें हैं जो देश के विकास को रोक रही हैं, जो देश को बांटने का काम कर रही हैं, जो देश को अंदर से कमजोर करने का काम कर रही हैं, जिंदगी भर में इनके खिलाफ लड़ा हूं, आगे भी ऐसे ही लड़ता रहूंगा। भारत माता की।
जुडिशरी को कमजोर करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, न्याय व्यवस्था को कमजोर करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, जजों को डराया धमकाया जा रहा है। आज देश के अंदर इलेक्शन कमीशन को कमजोर करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, ईडी पे कब्जा किया जा रहा है, सीबीआई पे कब्जा किया जा रहा है। देश को अंदर से कमजोर करने की कुछ राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतें कोशिश कर रही हैं। हमें इसका मुकाबला करना है दोस्तों। मेरा कसूर यह नहीं है कि मैंने कोई भ्रष्टाचार किया था, मेरा कसूर यह है कि मैंने उन राष्ट्र विरोधी ताकतों के खिलाफ आवाज बुलंद की थी।
You heard the reactions, and throughout this debate, we will keep the live pictures of the celebrations. Aam Aadmi Party workers have left no stones unturned in marking the release of Arvind Kejriwal. He's out on bail, but look at the conditions. Here's a chief minister who can't go to the chief minister's office. He can only go to Sheesh Mahal, not the secretariat. Here is a chief minister who cannot sign files. Do the people of Delhi deserve such a chief minister, paper chief minister? Let's open this up quickly. Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ishtaran Bhandari, advocate analyst. Karan Verma, political analyst. Dr. Piyush Joshi, political analyst. Lokesh Jindal is with us. Muhammad Tariq Khan, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, completes this panel. Piyush Joshi, what are you celebrating? I mean, just look at these pictures. What is the AAP trying to do?
Pranesh, let me explain what are we celebrating, because I think it is difficult for many to comprehend what the Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating. Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating the return of its mascot. Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating that the two top guns of Aam Aadmi Party are back in action again. Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating an infusion of fresh breath of energy inside the cadre of Aam Aadmi Party. Only a person who has been closely associated with Aam Aadmi Party in capacity of a volunteer can understand what the release of Arvind Kejriwal means for them. Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating a rejuvenation of energy, a rejuvenation of political strategy, because ultimately we all derive energy from Arvind Kejriwal. So his physical presence matters a lot. So that is what Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating. As far as the paper chief minister claim has been made by the Bharatiya Janata Party amidst the cry for resignation of the Honorable Delhi Chief Minister, nothing can be further from the truth, because the Honorable Supreme Court has nowhere recommended or nowhere advised or directed Arvind Kejriwal to resign from the post of Chief Minister. So in all legality, he continues to function as the Chief Minister. However, he has to seek special permissions for certain files that he needs to sign, and he needs to sign only those files which will need to go to the LG's office as far as the legality is concerned. So I think I'm not going to get into the tug of war whether...
No, I want you to get to the meat of this. Hang on, Dr. Piyush Joshi, you said our mascot is back. You were talking about the infusion of energy into the cadre. Volunteers of AAP are rejoicing. Political strategy. Physical presence. By spare a thought about the voters. Unko to bhul gaye aap. This party is about the Aam Aadmi. This is not just about Arvind Kejriwal and his volunteers.
Exactly.
You did not even utter one word about the people, the voters.
Pranesh, you asked me what the Aam Aadmi Party is celebrating about.
Yeah, so
you asked me a pointed
Dr.
question.
Joshi,
now
if I were you, I would have said, no, 1 minute.
Pranesh,
if I were you,
Pranesh,
Dr. Joshi, I would have said that, look, finally the people of Delhi have got their chief ministers back, because you know that the CM hasn't returned, only Arvind Kejriwal is out.
Pranesh, nothing can be further from the truth, and I have explained in my previous reply why. Now let us get back to the second question which you put before me. That is about the voter of Delhi. The voter of Delhi has voted in the name of Kejriwal, the son of Delhi, not only once, twice, but thrice. He has also voted for Arvind Kejriwal in the MCD elections, and he will continue to do so in the Delhi elections next year. So as far as the voter of the Delhi is concerned, the voter of Delhi is also relieved that Arvind Kejriwal is back, so that he can take his concern to the son of Delhi.
I'm glad that you have 1 minute, Dr. Joshi. I am glad you have full faith in the electoral process, because some of your allies have said that elections were rigged. So I am glad on that count that you're confident that even the next time the Aam Aadmi Party will return to power. 1 minute. But Dr. Joshi, this does not take away from the larger question. And I'm not going to interrupt. I want you to explain to us. 3 days ago, the Delhi government said there is a ban on crackers till January 1st. I have lost count of the number of frames in which crackers are there. What is this model?
Well, definitely This is just an ordinary person celebrating.
Ordinary person?
And, yeah, that's it.
So the laws don't apply to ordinary persons?
People, of course, they do apply.
Then
and they should be. And if any law is broken,
any law, many laws are broken, sir.
Then they should be taken to task.
Who will take them to task? They are the volunteers of the Aam Aadmi Party. Who will you take them to task? How many will be taken to task?
The Home Ministry is under the police is under the Home Ministry.
Okay, now it will. Okay. So till the police. Okay, so you will release orders. Ask people that look, come Diwali or anything else, no crackers. But the moment Arvind Kejriwal, Dr. Joshi, 1 minute, sir. Listen to me. I'll give you time to speak. You have all the time. I'm not going to, render you ineffective by calling you here and then saying that, look, you can't talk on the debate. With what the Supreme Court has done with Arvind Kejriwal, that is out, but it can't go to the Chief Minister's office. You're on the panel, you'll be allowed to speak. I'm only asking you a simple question, sir. Apart from being a volunteer of the Aam Aadmi Party and an Arvind Kejriwal fan, you're also an ordinary citizen in Aam Aadmi, law-abiding, I suppose. Are you not astonished, aghast at this cracker of a hypocrisy?
If you're talking about the cracker burning, then definitely this should not have been done, and cases should be registered if any law is broken. It is very simple. All I'm saying so that, from next time people are more careful while celebrating. They will find alternative methods of celebrating. So as far as that thing is concerned, I'm with you on that. But whether Mr.
Don't
Kejriwal,
be with me. Be on the right side of the law. Don't be with me, sir. It's okay.
But yeah, it is a seldom occurrence, Pranesh, that I am.
Seldom nahi hai, sir. Please. Aam Aadmi Party's list of hypocrisy is long. Pura show nikal jayega.
It is a seldom occurrence that I am with you. I am telling you this.
That is. I'm glad we don't agree too often. Nahi to problem ho jayegi. It's okay. Let me bring in Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin, the BJP is saying that Kejriwal must resign. The Supreme Court has given relief to Arvind Kejriwal. The Supreme Court is saying, has questioned the belated action of the CBI. You know the remarks made by one judge.
KJ Parrot again.
Well, good evening, Pranesh. The same Supreme Court which has given bail to Arvind Kejriwal today has also refused to entertain his plea on a case challenging the legality of his arrest. So point number one, the arrest was completely legal. Point number two, the one occasion where Arvind Kejriwal managed to, to dispute or to challenge his arrest, the judgment was passed in the Delhi High Court on April 10th. What was the judgment? It was a scathing indictment. It was, there were scathing remarks by a one judge court, wherein, it was said, the ruling said that Arvind Kejriwal is allegedly guilty on 2 counts. One, as an individual, wherein he was responsible for the framing of the excise policy and, taking the kickbacks. And number 2, as the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, whereby proceeds of the crime, 45 crores, were spent on the elections in Goa. Thereby, he, the charge of Section 70, subsection 1 of PMLA Act applies to him. So, the arrest was perfectly valid. If the CBI found the case, that observation is taken in good spirit. But point number 3, the most important point which you have been raising, look at how Arvind Kejriwal as the CM stands incapacitated today. And yet, the representative of the Aam Aadmi says that, but Supreme Court did not ask him to resign. I mean, are these people for real? These people are the biggest hypocrites. These are the people who would, first demand resignation 10 years back and then level charges that included Nitin Gadkari ji, that included P. Chidambaram, that included who not. And today, they have the temerity to say that Arvind Kejriwal should stay as CM. Why? Because they have fallen in love with this
so you believe the Aam Aadmi of Delhi, the voters of Delhi deserve better. Let's bring in the Congress. Lokesh Jindal, many in the Delhi Congress have sought Kejriwal's resignation. The BJP is saying, look, he's a paper chief minister. Chief minister can't even sign files, go to the chief minister's office. Don't you want the chief minister to resign?
Pranesh, there are various questions that are baffling the entire nation with what has happened today. Now, the first question is...
No, I have asked you the first question. Answer that and then we'll look at the other questions.
I'll come to it. Just give me a few seconds. The PMLA is way more stringent than Prevention of Corruption Act. Now, Arvind Kejriwal had been given a regular bail under the PMLA Act against the ED, but he was denied a bail against CBI. And the timing of the bail that has been given to Arvind Kejriwal just before the Haryana elections, when BJP is very sure that it is on the verge of losing Haryana very badly. And now BJP, now with respect to the bail, the timing with which Arvind Kejriwal is given a regular bail, he was denied bail before, and the way he was confined, the way he is not allowed to take upon the...
What you are saying is bordering contempt. I'll tell you why. The BJP does not decide bails. The court decides bail, but I'm not surprised. Ishtaran, this comes a day after, an ecosystem in this country known for its notorious comments said that, look, because the Prime Minister performed Aarti at Chief Justice of India's residence, the judiciary stands compromised. Now you heard Lokesh Jindal and what he said.
This is a direct allegation on the judiciary and it is very unfortunate, and I hope he will apologize for it and withdraw it. He is my friend, he is usually very sensible, but I do not know why he believes that BJP can decide the time of a bail, that too from the apex court of this country. It's very shocking to say the least, and I think he should withdraw it. He should reflect on what he said. But coming now on to the other aspects of the case which are important. The fact is, it was a Congress who initially raised this complaint very vociferously. Until recently, there were enough senior congressmen saying that there is enough evidence in this case for it to be prosecuted. The second aspect is the Supreme Court has not said that the arrest per se was illegal or should never have been done. It is very often that after a flux of time, you spend certain time in jail, there are grounds for bail and people get bail. The third aspect of celebration is also troubling. We have Delhi where people oppose firecrackers being burst on Diwali, yet we see Arvind Kejriwal's bail order being celebrated by firecrackers. Is that bail order bigger than Diwali, that firecrackers are being allowed to be burst in Delhi? And this debate will come up on Diwali. And I would want you to save this footage and play this footage when the Diwali firecracker ban is sought to be imposed in Delhi or regulated in Delhi. The fourth aspect of this is morality. The order is only of bail. Aam Aadmi Party rose on the ground of morality that if your name comes in a corruption case and comes in a corruption case not by investigative agency where Aam Aadmi Party had certain files and they would say you are corrupt, then you should resign from politics. Here you spend months in jail. Here the bail order is in a sense a stinging indictment that you cannot perform as a chief minister fully, can't file files, can't go to office, and yet people are celebrating that.
Yeah, because the Aam Aadmi Party, Ishtaran, you see, it's not about whether the chief minister can sign files or not. It's more about the mascot. The Aam Aadmi volunteer is happy today. Their mascot is back in the Sheesh Mahal. The money which was spent in making of the Sheesh Mahal will have the rightful owner.
Very often we see a Bahubali or a mafia or a Don gets bail and his supporters celebrate that. What relevance is that to whether you can perform as a chief minister or not if you have celebrations? Good, they want to celebrate. It's their fundamental right to celebrate. I support it. But we are talking about the office of chief minister. When you can't file, when you can't go there, and these are your own stands that anybody in a corruption case must resign. This is not a stand which is being imposed on them. They campaigned on that stand.
Absolutely. Aam Aadmi Party must be judged by the own standards they have set. And Arvind Kejriwal sought to, set the bar very high. Before I bring in Karan Verma and Tariq Khan, Lokesh, straightforward question. First question, are you happy that on the original complaint by the Congress, this case is investigated, so much progress has been made and Arvind Kejriwal has been jailed? Are you happy?
Pranesh, the way in which laws were flouted, criminal procedure code was not adhered to. In fact, Justice Goyan has himself commented there were lapses.
I know. Forget the procedure. On the original complaint,
I mean, he should have not been arrested at all. First and the foremost, investigation was
the Congress leaders wanted Arvind Kejriwal arrested. Now you are saying he should not have been arrested?
No, Pranesh, what has happened is this entire case has been politicized by the BJP.
By the BJP? You were wanting Arvind Kejriwal in jail. You accused the Congress accused. Lokesh Jindal, please. ऐसे तो मत कीजिए सर, please. कुछ तो मर्यादा रखिए. कांग्रेस ने कंप्लेंट किया. उस पे अब आप कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ नहीं खड़े हैं. अब आप बोल रहे हैं बीजेपी ने किया. अब आज बेल मिल गई है तो आप जुडिशरी को क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं. आप बोल रहे हैं बीजेपी ने बेल दी थी. लोकेश, आई मीन प्लीज let's not trivialize it so much.
Any person accused of corruption must stand the legal.
Do you believe Arvind Kejriwal is corrupt?
Pranesh, if there is a procedure initiated.
I am not asking on procedure. I am asking about his antecedents. Do you believe Arvind Kejriwal is clean or corrupt?
Has the court adjudicated him as a.
I am asking your views.
No, my views, they do not hold any.
Of course, they hold importance, which is why you are on national television every evening. Karan, you see, the Congress does not know what to say first. They don't know whether to save, the Haryana or to save democracy or to save Rahul Gandhi's face, because Rahul Gandhi is saying democracy is dead, elections are rigged. Now, Lokesh Jindal is in a bind. समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि किसको बैक करे. हरियाणा के लिए अगर कुछ बोलेंगे तो हरियाणा में नुकसान हो जाएगा. कुछ दूसरा स्टैंड ले लेंगे तो राहुल गांधी विल स्टैंड एक्सपोज्ड.
नहीं, Pranesh, actually they are all in so much exuberance of this dance of democracy that they can't think straight. This is the dance of democracy, Pranesh. और मैं इन सबको मुबारक देता हूं. कल शाम तक each one of them, whether it's Lokesh ji, whether it's Tariq Saab or Dr. Piyush, सब कह रहे थे democracy खतरे में है. When the CGI and Narendra Modi ji were there for the Ganpati Puja, they all questioned the judiciary. So congratulations to them and everyone. Today is the dance of democracy in Delhi, and at least we can burn crackers, bhai. We cannot celebrate Diwali, at least we can celebrate the dance of democracy in Delhi. So let's rejoice in that. And Pranesh, let's be here honest here. You are underestimating Arvind Kejriwal. पीयूष जी ने अभी बात कही कि उनकी फिजिकल प्रेजेंस बहुत जरूरी थी. उनकी आत्मा तो थी हमेशा. सुनीता केजरीवाल जी कहती थी उनकी आत्मा तो हम सबको महसूस होती है, कमरे में, पंडाल में, हर जगह. तो आज उनकी फिजिकल प्रेजेंस आ गई है. अभी उनकी एक अंतरात्मा भी है जो कि एज सीएम है, वो अभी भी लॉक्ड है तिहाड़ में, बिकॉज अभी भी ही कैन नॉट फंक्शन एज सीएम. एंड द जोक इज ऑन द पीपल ऑफ दिल्ली. एंड इट इज वेरी क्लियर. पीयूष जी को भी क्लियर है, आप सपोर्टर्स को भी क्लियर है. ड्रेनेज सिस्टम भी डैम्ड, इंसेसेंट रेन्स एंड इलेक्ट्रिक्यूशंस भी डैम्ड, हेल्थ क्राइसिस भी डैम्ड. दिल्ली जल बोर्ड के भी रेट्स खराब हो रहे हैं, डेट में जा रहा है. पीपल आर फेसिंग वाटर एंड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वॉज. इट डजंट मैटर. व्हाट मैटर्स इज their Masiha and their mascot Arvind Kejriwal is back and he will advance his political career. So what if he can't sign files? So what if the people of Delhi are suffering? भाई पीयूष जी को उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अब डेमोक्रेसी जिंदा रहनी चाहिए. एंड लोकेश जी, मैं उनको बता दूं, 3 जून 2022 अनिल चौधरी, दिल्ली कांग्रेस चीफ, wrote the first complaint which set this in motion. And 12th March 2023, लोकेश भाई, Ajay Makan did a press conference and Supriya Shrenath was also there. She said किसी और को क्रेडिट नहीं जाता, बीजेपी को क्रेडिट नहीं जाता. Tomorrow if Kejriwal is jailed, the credit goes to the Congress party and its activism. So this is where we are today. You should, I don't know whether you should celebrate or not, but dance of democracy should continue. It doesn't matter whether Congress is.
I don't know about dance of democracy, but dance of hypocrisy for sure.
Democracy. So what if Tariq is not happening?
Tariq Khan, do voters deserve a chief minister who can't sign files, who can't go to the chief minister's office? And these are conditions by the court, not by the BJP.
That was the condition in the case of ED. So the same condition is being repeated by the CBI court, and I am not sure, but I could say that Aam Aadmi Party would challenge in a higher bench this thing. And what is the USP of Amrit Kal? We are here to question the happiness of them. Oh, what a great thing. Means people are happy, so we are questioning them. That why you are happy? They have full right. We have seen our leaders like Amit Shah in jail for 19 days in 2010. He was even barred to enter his own state. Now he is the home minister of our country. What is the problem? जब तक गुनाह साबित ना हो जाए वो भूख बेगुनाह है. ये बचपन से 5 साल का था, मैं तब से सुनता था कान में. So we should hear all these things and go ahead. To 11 years 4 months. It takes 11 years. Today is a very important. Why? Because it takes Supreme Court to repeat its Tota Mehna wali baat 11 years 4 months. Now they have BJP government compelled Supreme Court to say this, that don't behave like a tota in the pinjara. So they have come to this position to repeat those things. Even right. BJP used 1,000 times that thing. Means daily they say.
On the parrot comment, the BJP will have to answer, the government will have to answer. But I am asking you a larger question on principle. And I asked that question of Tuhin Sinha, and I am going to repeat this after you answer my question once again. There is no running away from that. Tuhin, you will have to answer that question on what the judge has said about the agency. Well, Tariq Khan, the simple question is, do the Aam Aadmi, does the Aam Aadmi, the voters, do they deserve a chief minister जो काम ही नहीं कर सकते? ये तो पेपर सीएम हो गए. और नहीं तारिक खान 1 minute. You were talking about Amrit Kal. Now is this Amrit Kal or what Kal? I don't know. That your alliance partner, I mean you're all part of one alliance. India alliance partner Congress complains against Kejriwal. Congress does not know now whether to celebrate his bail or to slam the BJP or to question the judiciary. The Samajwadi Party can either celebrate the release of Arvind Kejriwal or slam Congress for writing against Kejriwal, a complaint that led to all this. What is going on?
We should wait for the next move of Aam Aadmi Party. We should wait.
Of course we should wait. Right. I'm asking you, what does the Samajwadi Party think?
There is nothing, means what we'll say. It's Aam Aadmi Party to take the decision. We are just here to take the decision of the Supreme Court.
Sir, do you want a chief minister? You tell me. You are also a voter. Do you want a chief minister who can't sign files, who can't even go to his office?
It's not being said that he cannot sign file. He have to consult LG before taking decisions.
But he can't go to his office.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's just
It's all right. Democracy khatre mein nahi hai. The chief minister cannot go to office. The court says so, but the chief minister will not resign. Now let me bring in the BJP. Let me bring in Tuhin Sinha and then I'll go to Ishkaran. On the larger point that you're talking about, Amrit Kal, this, that, the other. Tuhin, let me read out what the court has said. CBI is a premier investigating agency of the country. It is in public interest that CBI must not only be above board, but must also be seen to be so. And so on and so forth. You know the observation.
No, Pradesh, we respect the Supreme Court, so we take it, like I said, we take it in good spirit. We are not casting aspersions on the Supreme Court like the Congress party has been doing for the last 2 days. But in this
but the Supreme Court is casting aspersions on the misuse of central agency.
No, like you can't take everything to heart. The Supreme Court passes a lot of judgment. Like I said, we respect the Supreme Court. We will not cast aspersions like the Congress party. But if you start taking everything to heart in this particular case,
it is not about taking it to heart.
Corruption.
It's a reflection.
Has been so humongous and
Tuhin. It's a reflection. 1 minute. If you say that, if you say that you respect the Supreme Court,
I would not agree with that.
That is not the remark that you made. That a lot of things are said by the Supreme Court. This is serious. The Supreme Court is saying that the central
In
agency...
this particular case, let us restrict ourselves to this particular case today. In this particular case, the level of corruption is so huge and at so many levels that if the CBI deemed it necessary to take, to arrest Arvind Kejriwal midway in a separate case, I think the CBI must have its reasons.
But it's not just the CBI. Look at how the Liquorgate case is unraveling, Tuin. 18 people arrested, 17 have got bail. Now you can, turn around and say that, look, the bail is not a clean sheet. I agree.
No, so bail by no means but what is the big deal about people getting bail? A bail does not mean that they have been pronounced innocent. The fact is that they were also, many of them, including the Chief Minister, spent 6 months in jail. If it was so, if it was so, the cases were so
Dr.
false,
Joshi,
could have even...
This is not a clean sheet. It is only bail, temporary relief, and that too with conditions.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. It's not an exoneration of Arvind Kejriwal. It's neither a vindication of the CBI stand. So basically, he has not been proven innocent and he has not been proven guilty. The trial is still underway and the final decision will come in due course of time. Having said that, here you have agencies who are functioning at the whims and fancies of the union government, BJP-led union government, putting the chief ministers of opposition led states behind bars, not one, many of them. And how many BJP chief ministers has these caged parrots put behind, put in the
That's okay, but Dr. Joshi, the court has 1 minute, sir. The court has also said that, look, there is no problem with the legality of arrest. But that's a separate point. Let's come back to the fundamental question. This is about the people of the country. The voters deserve better. Ishkaran, should we suffer a paper chief minister? We as in voters.
See, there are two aspects to this: legal, political, and I would add a moral aspect to it. So legally, we have discussed the order of the Honorable Supreme Court and Mr. Kejriwal is on bail. But the moral aspect is that a party which started an anti-corruption movement, which even today is not exonerated, it's not as if the FIR has been quashed or the charge sheet, if it's been filed, has been quashed. It is only a bail after a few months, which is a very regular occurrence in courts, and accused in jail, even sometimes in very heinous cases, after 3, 4, 5 months, get bail because the Supreme Court or the courts favor liberty. Does not mean you're innocent. But the moral question is that if the Supreme Court itself has imposed conditions and has found it fit that you do not function as a chief minister, sign files, attend office, etc., the conditions, then the Supreme Court has opined it is not finding you fit to discharge these duties. Then morality requires that you should resign. But I think morality was only to come to power. After power, I think they believe if electricity comes from electrons, does morality come from morons?
Karan Verma.
So, Pranesh, I want to make this distinction. When the Supreme Court today talked about the agencies, it never said that there is a misuse of any agency. What it said was that, yes, the efficiency of the prosecution, as in the prosecution dragging its feet, is a concern, which is why bail is the norm and jail is the exception. It is very different from saying that the CBI has misused its powers to bring him due to vendetta politics. It's the same Supreme Court on 30th October 2023 which said there is a money trail of 338 crores in the liquor scam case. And also when the Supreme Court attaches conditions and says you cannot go to the CM office, it echoes the same sentiment that the CBI had said. CBI had said his arrest is important because he can influence the witnesses being in an important position. So Supreme Court has precisely listened to that and adhered to that and has not allowed him to enter the CM's office. So let's not come up with this conclusion that the agencies have exercised vendetta. No way have they exercised vendetta. This arrest is very much legal and we should very soon have a trial. That is where the problem is. We've not had a trial.
Let's now, before we move on, quickly try and arrest the hypocrisy here. The cracker ban hypocrisy. Tariq Khan, the Aam Aadmi Party government says no crackers till January 2025. Moments after Arvind Kejriwal walks out of jail on bail, you have crackers going up. Is this
three
right?
Judgments of Supreme Court. There has been 3 judgments of Supreme Court, consecutive judgments. 18, 20 and 2023. What Supreme Court says, only green cracker should be allowed.
All trackers have been
India.
banned by the Aam Aadmi Party, sir. Don't bring in the Supreme Court here. Tariq Khan, that is not the question that I'm asking you.
Let me say something. This is wrong. They shouldn't have done this.
Okay, this is wrong. Lokesh Jindal,
let me add on 5
do you
seconds.
believe?
This is not fair.
No,
this is not fair. This is
Tariq bhai, we'll have to move on. ऐसे मत कीजिए, अब ऐसे मत जबरदस्ती मत कीजिए सर, प्लीज.
एक सवाल ऐड करना 5 सेकंड में ऐड कर दूंगा जल्दी से. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा पूरे भारत में बैन होना चाहिए, सिर्फ ग्रीन क्रैकर लगाना चाहिए. चाइना की सरकार आएगी इसको इंप्लीमेंट कराने या इनकी सरकार करेगी? बैन कराए, इंप्लीमेंट कराए, कौन करेगा इंप्लीमेंट?
नहीं तो अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार. Wrong. Lokesh Jindal, is this wrong? The tracker hypocrisy wrong?
It's what one preaches. So certainly it's
certainly wrong. Let's see how many parties come out in protest against this tracker hypocrisy. Viewers, let's move on. I thank some of you for joining us on debate number 1. Viewers.